Hey now YouTube, Joey brings it back again. Cali coming at you from the West Coast, the best coast. 2019 is in effect. Man, we're all talking cards. We're all bringing great content. 2019 is shaping up to be a great year, guys. I got a card in today. We're gonna talk about it. Man, my wheels started spinning in this old brain of mine, and I had a wonderful idea, a topic that's gonna cause debate, and nobody's gonna come up with the same answer, man. Who is the greatest of all time in a certain time frame? Hey guys, you gotta watch the video. It's gonna be a long one, but well worth it. Trust me, it's Joey Brings It. We're on the West Coast. We're talking cards. Stay with me, my brothers. Here we go. All right, guys. Let me take a swig of my trusty Diet Coke right here. This is gonna be a long one, but you guys are really gonna like it. Let me set up a video. I've been doing that lately, and it's really cool because it sets the mood, man. It tells you what we're gonna be talking about. It really, really sets the mood. I love it. Almost there. Let's get going, guys.
1972 was the most amazing year I can remember in my 60 years of baseball. Every time he pitched, we felt we were going to win, and every time he didn't pitch, we felt we were going to lose.
His comment was, today's win day. He would say that every single start. Today's win day. And that spread throughout our baseball team. We really felt when he was on that mound, we couldn't lose.
He won 27 games on a team that won 59 ball games. So, I mean, he was the Philadelphia Phillies that year.
Koufax could win 27 games, but with the first place team. I mean, he's winning that many with the last place team. It's not only the best season he ever had, it's one of the best seasons any pitcher has ever had.
In 1972, Carlton accounted for 46% of Philadelphia's victories, the largest share by any pitcher in history. With 310 strikeouts and a 1.98 earned run average, he won pitching's Triple Crown and his first Cy Young Award.
When you say lefty, and everyone in both leagues knows exactly who you're talking about, the pitcher must be pretty good. And what made this pitcher, Carlton, so great was a slider.
You dreaded getting two strikes on you, because you knew that eventually, at some point in time during that at-bat, you were going to get that slider that's going to break down on your back foot.
Swing and a miss, a slider down and in, and he struck him out.
I can remember the first time I caught him, it was just like, wow, this is what it's supposed to be like. He had a slider that, if you swung at it, it disappeared in the dirt, and if you took it, it stayed right there for a strike.
This thing actually had as much break in the hitting zone as any pitcher, and it looks good. It looks like you got it, and it just goes right on out of the hitting area.
I always thought there wasn't a lefty alive that I couldn't hit, but I hit him less than just about everybody else.
Watching it from shortstop, I can honestly tell you I've never seen a right-handed hitter swing and miss at so many pitches from a left-handed pitcher.
If Carl Hubble is to go down in baseball history as having the best screwball, and Sandy Koufax the best curveball, well, certainly Steve Carlton had the best slider.
Wow, guys, that's all I can say. How do you guys like that? Let me set up this video, guys. Let me put on some music so we can keep talking about this. Like I said, guys, who was the greatest? Almost there. I got a one package mail in today, guys. You guys are gonna like it. Check this out. This is a card that really got me thinking. 1972 Topps, Steve Carlton. And then I saw that clip on ESPN Sports Century. Incredible, man. Was he the best ever? Now, this is gonna be the debate, guys. We're talking from 1960 to 1990, those 30 years. That's, my sweet spot. I didn't get to catch very many guys in the 50s or in the 40s or even back. So it has to be within that time frame, 1960 to 1990. But what really caught my attention on that clip was when he said that Sandy Koufax can win 27 games with the first place team. Steve did it with the last place team. When you are called lefty, and everyone knows in both leagues who they're talking about, you got to be pretty good. Man, I'm so happy with this card. 1972 Topps, PSA near mint to mint 8. It's gorgeous, man. Razor sharp. And you can't pull out the lefty without pulling out this guy right here. 1965 Topps, rookie. Man, Hall of Famer, legend, SGC 88 near mint to mint 8. Part of Mike Payne's 300 great baseball cards of the 20th century, man. This card you know is going to get cracked out. I'm going to send it to PSA, get it in a red flip lighthouse holder so I can add it to my set registry. Hey, man, I don't care if it grades a 7. It's still going to be worth more than an 8 in SGC. But I can't wait, guys. That's another debate for another time. Hey, like I said, the question is this. Who was the greatest pitcher of all time, 1960, 1990, for one season? Was it lefty? It may well be. But we're going to have a debate, guys. I'm going to show you some other candidates that I have here. Hey, not only was lefty dominant, check this out. Was it this guy right here, Sanford Koufax? It may well be. In 1963, he had 25 wins, 306 strikeouts, 1.88 ERA, and a no-hitter. Man, he was the National League MVP. He was the first ever unanimous Cy Young that year, 1963. World Series MVP in Game 1 versus Whitey Ford and the two-time defending Yankees. He set a record Game 1, 15 strikeouts. Yogi Berra, another Yogi quote, man, I can see how he won 25 games. What I don't understand is how he lost 5. Classic Yogi, man. This guy was amazing. Was he the best pitcher in that time frame for one season? Man, it would be hard to argue against that. Showing off my 1967 Venezuelan Topps, Sandy Koufax, retirado. This card is epic, man. So let's put him here. Hey, man, we're going to continue this discussion. We're talking 1968, the year of the pitcher. Was it this man right here? Or was it this man right here? I just showed these cards the other day. Man, it's hard to argue, man. 1968, Danny McClain. Check out that 70 Topps Super with the inscriptions. 31-6, 1968. Cy Young, MVP. Man, 31-6, World Series champion. He put the Tigers on his back and won the World Series 1968. Amazing. Or was it this guy, Robert Gibson? Talk about amazing, man. They changed the rules because of this, man. Bob Gibson was just coming off 1964 and 1967 World Series MVPs. And he was back again in 1968 in the World Series. That year, he was the National League Most Valuable Player. 1.12 ERA. What? 22-9. 28 complete games. 13 shutouts. They never took this guy out ever unless they pinch hit for him. Man, they don't make them like these two anymore. Were these two guys, 1968, the year of the pitcher, both ended up in the World Series. Were these the greatest guys ever for one season? I don't know, man. Let's get into the 80s, man. The era I grew up in. Was it this man? Fernando Valenzuela, 20 years old. He started off the season, his rookie year, 8 consecutive complete game victories, including a handful of shutouts in there, man. Fernando Mania. What was so impressive about this? Obviously, we're from the West Coast. I know my man Pepino Man will understand. I know my man G's Mikey will understand. We live this, man. Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, All-Star Game. He was in the epic deciding Game 5 of the National League Championship Series versus Montreal. It was the bottom of the ninth. He was down 1-0. In the first inning, he had given up. There was an error. There was a bunt, and then there was a sac fly. He pitched the rest of the way. 20 years old, the most important game of his life. Shutout innings all the way. The problem was Steve Rogers did the same thing on the Expos until the top of the ninth. Rick Monday came up and crunched that 2-run homer to propel the Dodgers into the World Series. It's so vivid. My dad let me stay home from school that day to watch this game. Vin Scully on the call. Man, brought to you by Farmer John, LA Dodgers baseball. I think it was Channel 9 back in the day. He let me stay home, me and my brother, to watch this game. When Tommy Lasorda went out to take Fernando out, he finally took him out like in the I don't know, it was probably the top of the eighth. And I hear the soundbite right now. Fernando, ¿estás bien? That was about all the Spanish Tommy Lasorda know. And hey, Fernando didn't want to come out. He goes, yeah, estoy bien. Fernando was over there blowing smoke. It was so cold that day. The game had been rained out the day before. And Fernando was making, like kids do, that smoking motion with his fingers, blowing the smoke. Incredible, man. Tommy left him in there. And Rick Monday went on to cause a blue Monday for everyone in Montreal, everyone in Canada for that matter. Hey man, we all know Blue Monday is an awesome song by New Order. Everyone in Canada knows Blue Monday. That's something else. But this guy was amazing. He went on to the World Series where the Dodgers were against two-time World Series champion New York Yankees. They were down 0-2. They came back to LA. Hey man, the World Series was on the line. Dodgers did not want to lose 3 World Series in a row to the New York Yankees. Who did they bring out in Game 3 in front of the LA faithful, Dodger Nation? It was Fernando Valenzuela, 20 years old. He pitched a complete game, 9 innings, 149 pitches to win 5-4 against the Yankees, to propel the Dodgers into 3 more consecutive straight wins to win the World Series championship, man. To quote Vin Scully, as he was calling the game, the way he always does, it may not have been his finest game, but it was his best game. Fernando Valenzuela, for one season, he could have been the greatest of all time. Hey, let's talk more. Was it this guy? This guy is going to have a good argument. What do you think, Eric? Those back pages. Was it the doctor? Doc Gooden, man. Check out this guy's stats. He had won the Rookie of the year prior. And in 1985, it was the Doc's year, no doubt. Cy Young Award, the pitching Triple Crown, 24 wins, 1.53 ERA, 268 strikeouts, and to top it off, 16 complete games. Damn. In 1986, the following year, he would become a World Series champion with the Mets. Was it the doctor? Wow, man, you got an argument all the way around here, guys. Or was it this guy right here? 1988. Was it the Bulldog or Leonard Hershiser? Man, I don't know, man. I think it might be Cy Young. 23 wins, 8 shutouts, 15 complete games, and an all-time record 59 consecutive scoreless innings, beating Don Drysdale's record. Hey, and these were not meaningless games. He extended his streak all the way to the last game of the season where the Dodgers needed a win to get to the playoffs. He pitched that final game of the season, 1988, he pitched 10 scoreless innings to win the game, to get the Dodgers into the playoffs. This guy was amazing, man. They won the NL West, National League Championship Series MVP, World Series champion, World Series MVP, Sporting News Pitcher of the Year, and Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year, 1988, Orel Hershiser. Look at that rookie card, amazing gem in 10. My goodness gracious, guys. Who was it? Who was the best of all time for one season, 1960 to 1990? Was it Lefty? Man, I don't know. I think it might be. Was it Sandy Koufax? Was it Denny McLean? Was it Bob Gibson? Was it Fernando Valenzuela? Was it Doc Gooden? The Doc? Or was it Oral Hershiser? Epic 1988 season. You guys, this is what I'm talking about. I want to see the votes down below. Who you got? Man, let's look at these cards. I'm going to make my decision in a minute. Look at that Topps, Fernando Valenzuela, 81 Topps traded. Or update, what did they used to call that back in the day? Look at these beautiful autographs. 1970 Topps Supers. 68, the year of the pitcher. Sandy Koufax, retirado. Have you guys ever seen one of these? Whew. PSA 1, but it's gorgeous. Hey, man, buy the card, not the grade. A PSA 5 or 6 in this would, I don't know how much it would be, man. We're talking thousands. Was the best ever, was it Lefty? Whew, 1972. You know, I was 3 years old. I was too young to watch him pitch during that year. Old man Ray from Philly, he probably watched him pitch. What do you think, Ray? All my buddies from Philadelphia. Matt, passion for cards. Ed Wesker Griff. Mike O. Is Lefty the greatest of all time for one season? Who you got? One pitcher for one season. I think what I'm seeing here, guys, is the denominating or the contributing or the defining factor, I think, is this. And it's not Carlton's fault. World Series champion during the year he dominated. World Series champion during the year he dominated. World Series during the year he dominated. World Series champion during the year he dominated. World Series the following year. World Series champion when he dominated. Lefty was in last place. But then again, does that make the feat even more remarkable? Hey guys, I want to hear your guys' votes. Who you got? Put it down below. It's Joey Brings It. We're talking cards. We're on the West Coast. Let's debate it, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to have to go with the greatest of all time. The left hand of God. It has to be Sandy Koufax, man. When Yogi Berra straight up says that he does not understand how he lost 5 games. And then Maury Wills chimes in. He didn't lose 5 games. We lost it for him. It has to be the left hand of God. Sandy Koufax. That's Joey Brings It pick. Who you got? All right, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. It was a long one. Man, I need another swig of my Diet Coke. But these are the kind of videos that I love to make. Hey, man, I know they're long, but hey, that's the way I do it, guys. One last stroll through memory lane, 1960 to 1990. Who you got? Hard to argue against that man right there. One hit wonder right there. Or Lefty. Leave your comments down below. Let's keep bringing the cards. Let's keep the discussion going, guys. Hey, guys, I love all your videos. I love all your channels. It's Joey Brings It. Signing off from Cali. See you guys. Be good.